this weekend, and you guys are here for really a seminal film in American history. One that Roger Ebert gave thumbs down to because of its, quote, idiot plot. Roger Ebert is a bit of a genius. Occasionally he gets something wrong. Even Roger Ebert gets something wrong. The New York Times said that it rocks to an innocent beat. It liked the film and referred to it as bursting with good intentions, sort of a Yiddish-inflected Camelot. It's not the kind of thing I ever think to write. A lot to say about this film. I won't take up much time. Jane Brucker, who plays Lisa, baby's sister, will be here for a little Q&A after the film. Give you a little scoop on what it was like shooting this movie with really one of the great seminal stars of the last 20 years of the 20th century, Patrick Swayze. So a couple of little quick things that I think are relevant. First of all, one from a classic movie point of view. The choreographer of the film, and obviously the choreography is huge in the movie, it was done by a man named Kenny Ortega, who worked with Michael Jackson and who is slated to direct the remake of this movie, which is due out, I believe, next year, assuming things go according to plan. And Kenny Ortega was trained in dance by the great Gene Kelly. The story, remarkably, is sort of true. The screenwriter is a woman named Eleanor Bergstein, and in the 1960s, she entered, in the Catskills, dirty dancing competitions. That's what they were called. I find that incredibly hard to believe. And I can't believe that I wasn't around in the Catskills in the 1960s. Like I would have been in a dirty dancing contest. It would have been horrible. The movie, of course, stars Jennifer Grey and Patrick Swayze. Patrick Swayze was a pretty big star then. The original intent, though, of the movie was a low-budget movie with dancing as its sort of hook to get people in, but that it would be made with almost no big stars. And the first idea was to give the lead role to a very good actor, but a guy who was then just 20 years old named Billy Zane, who was a pretty good actor. But Billy Zane, again, he was 20, and they didn't think it worked. The dancing wasn't quite what they wanted. Patrick Swayze was an accomplished dancer at that point. He'd worked with Kenny Ortega before, but he was 34 years old. Jennifer Grey was 27, playing 17. And Patrick Swayze was a little bigger star than they wanted. I had to pay him a little more than they wanted. But there was another reason why the thought was not to go with Patrick Swayze, was because he and Jennifer Grey had worked together in a movie called Red Dawn. Anybody out there seen Red Dawn? Yeah. Red Dawn is unwatchable. That's an idiot plot. And they didn't get along. And then they bring him in for the audition, and then they danced together. And everyone at that audition said that it was electric, that the chemistry between them was electric, and they knew they had found Baby, and they knew they had found Johnny. It's a great cast that includes the great Jerry Orbach, a real actor's actor, who I was having dinner with Jane just a little bit ago, told me that he recognized in the middle of this that he described Patrick Swayze as sort of a young Gary Cooper, that he saw Patrick Swayze and thought, this is a major movie star that we're seeing making a film. So enjoy it. It's one of the greats. It has the 98th best line in the history of American cinema. So says the American Film Institute. Number 98, nobody puts Baby in a corner. Look for it, enjoy it, everybody. And stick around afterwards for the Q&A. Dirty Dancing.